our co-host, Waynna, and we are here just to bring you another exciting, fun, and informative Congo Hour. Again, we want to thank everyone just for all the love and support and the feedback on our show since we have been back on. I think it's almost been 3 months now, close to 3 months, right? Maybe
longer.
Yeah, a little bit over 3 months. You know, she always has to be right.
No, I don't remember.
I'm just joking.
There's always some truth in the joke.
And now my grandma said, there's always some truth. I started saying that because you started saying that, believe it or not.
For real.
People be like, I was just joking. I'm like, nah, there's always some truth in the joke. I was like, my grandma never said it, but your grandma said it, I think. You said your grandma said that, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I did get that from you. But we want to talk about, there is a lot going on. We have a lot going on.
Yes.
We have an exciting interview for you this evening. And who's coming on tonight, Waynna?
Chanel Benson Edwards, who owns a staffing company right here in Wilmington.
All right. So if you are looking for employment, or if you know somebody who is looking for it, or who needs to look for it.
That part.
Yeah, give them a little incentive. Somebody who needs a job, make sure you tune in so you can see how you can get in contact with Chanel. And you can get to work, or you can get your loved one, your friend to work. So we have a lot going on, Waynna. We have so many community events coming up. Tomorrow we have our seniors cookout.
Yes.
I cannot wait. It's been like 3 years since we had the last one. So tomorrow we will be at the Congo Legacy Center on 28th and Madison Streets from 12 to 4 if you want to volunteer. So what the seniors cookout is, I'm sure we've been talking about it for the last few weeks, but if you don't know what it is, it's a time where we just invite the seniors who live in the high-rises here in the city of Wilmington to eat and have fun, play games, just to be around friends and family, and we have it at our Legacy Center on 28th and Madison Streets. We started it, goodness, probably over 30 years ago, and it has grown into a huge event where there are probably, how many seniors you think?
I want to say 500. Is that too many? Is that?
I don't know. It's close to it. Between like three or 4.
Okay.
300 or 400 seniors. And again, we are focused on the seniors who are in the high rises because a lot of times they can't get out as much as they would like to. They may not have family stop by and visit as much as they would want. So we just started with them and we just kept our focus on those seniors. So if you know a senior who is in a high rise, who is in the city, and if they don't know about the cookout, give them a call, tell them to go downstairs, and the sign-up sheet might still be there. If it's not, make up one and put your name there, or just be there downstairs in the morning, and you will see the rest of your friends, their friends, and just get on the bus and come on over to the Legacy Center. It's gonna be a great time. If you wanna volunteer, we are asking that you show up around 9 or 10. We have people who ride the different buses to go pick up the seniors. We have people who help feed the seniors, who play bingo, and dance with the seniors, and play Simon Says. My mom usually does that.
Oh my gosh,
yes. My mom is really good at that, but that's a lot of fun. But it's really just a time for us to give back for the people who have paved the way for us. Yes. It's a great time. So if you want to volunteer, be at the Legacy Center tomorrow between 9 and 10. If you want to participate, what can they do, Waynna? I always get in trouble. I remember doing this before. My mom was like, you can't keep inviting people this late because we... But
I was going to say because, I think it's already that's...
Right. I get in trouble. I don't want to get us both in trouble. Just come on out and have a great time. Just show up and you will see what I'm talking about. I'm mad that COVID hasn't allowed us to get together the way that we have been used to over the last few years, but we are back, so really looking forward to it. Just want to thank everybody who has already signed up to volunteer. I want to thank the different organizations and churches that have donated buses. I want to thank our staff. So usually, over the past probably almost 30 years, the whole time, Aunt Corinne, my mom, and Paulette have always organized it.
Yes.
But this year we had some of the younger team from the funeral home help put everything together with the guidance, of course, of my mom and Aunt Corinne. Shout out to Paulette too. Shout out to her. Wish her a speedy recovery. But so Val and Candace and Raynita have all, they're the new Golden Girls.
Oh, wow, that's
my mom calls her crew the Golden Girls, but they really stepped up and they have done a great job of just planning everything, making sure that everybody's going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. So I want to give them a shout out. And then, Waynna, we have our community cleanup.
Yes, we do.
I think. Do we?
So we're going to make it happen.
All right.
We need, normally, I don't know if people really understand the significance of what it is to do these events. So I would love for an organization or a church or someone to give me a call to volunteer your buses to get us there.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So if you have a bus, if you know somebody who has a bus who wouldn't mind donating to this cause. I talked a lot about the cookouts. I'm gonna let you talk about the cleanup.
The cleanup, okay. So we didn't start the cleanup.
We did.
Oh, so 16, no, it would have been 16 years. So this would have been the 19th year.
Okay.
So for 16 years prior to COVID, Trippi and I did a community cleanup where we gave youth in the community an opportunity to go with us to clean up neighborhoods. And we've been throughout Wilmington. This year, we're going to concentrate on the east side. And the children come, they clean, and then the very next day, we take them to an amusement park. I'm not gonna say the amusement park because sometimes the amusement park, when we give it, it causes more people to come, or you know what I mean? So to an amusement park, all expenses paid. They are responsible, however, for their own refreshments and things of that sort. Okay. So yeah, to me, it gives them pride. So when they come back, hopefully they'll keep on cleaning up their neighborhoods.
Right, that's definitely the goal, just to help them to understand, help us all really to understand the importance of keeping our neighborhoods clean. And
even if it's not our neighborhood.
I was gonna say, if you don't live on the east side, come on over to the east side, because it's Wilmington. We're all neighbors here. We're all 5 or 10 minutes away from each other. We're all related almost, you know, and we're like 1 degree of separation away from knowing the next person. So it's really a time for us to be there for the kids, be there for people who live on that block who may not be able to get out and clean up in front of their homes. The ages, what are the ages, Waynna?
I know we stopping at, did you say 16?
17.
17.
Yes, definitely stopping at 17 because at 18, kids are legally adults, and in their mind, they don't have to listen to us because they're grown now. We went through that 1 year, we were like, never again. The age is 17.
You think you're grown, but you're going to be grown.
Right. Come back and volunteer next year since you're so grown. But yes, I think we start at 12.
Yes.
And then we go to age 17. So it's from ages 12 to 17.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a learning lesson.
Yes.
A fun one, but
it was.
Yeah, we learned from it. From this 19 years or 16 years, however you go. So
16
years of doing this. But it's really a time, again, for us to give back, for us to help mold the youth in our neighborhood and help them to understand their responsibility. Not only for their own houses, but their neighbors' houses. And like I said, here in Wilmington, we're all neighbors. So help them to understand their responsibility to the city of Wilmington.
Yeah.
What?
So August Quarterly last week was phenomenal.
It was. Oh, really quick before we go to that. If you want to volunteer for the cleanup,
give me a call. 302. You didn't want to leave that out, did you?
No.
302-521-7325. 302-521-7325. Give me a call, and we'll get you signed up. We'll have the exact location where we're going to meet, hopefully next week.
Okay. All right. We need volunteers on the day of the cleanup and also on the day of the trip to the amusement park. So if you can do both, great. But if you can do either one, no. If you can, just can't show up and go to the amusement park. We had that a couple times. We ever had anybody show up here?
Act like what they did was they came to clean at the very last minute.
They're like, "Where's my shirt?" And I see y'all.
We it's over with. It's 1 o'clock. We cleaning up.
Right. So yeah, we need people. If you can do both days, even better. But if you can only help with the cleanup, we understand that.
So the cleanup is September the 16th.
Yes.
And the trip is on the 17th.
Okay. All right. We're only out there for a few hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours, and you would just be responsible for your group of children, maybe 5 or 6 children, that you would help them to, stay out of harm's way, not pick up anything that could be dangerous. Yeah. Kind of keep them focused on cleaning, and it's a great time, really, really fun time.
It is.
All right. So if you want to let's go to August Quarterly.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just thinking because I feel, I told you, like sometimes I'm uncomfortable. And Charles Smith was at August Quarterly. He was like, "You need pillows. You need to get comfortable because you look like you uncomfortable." But I love that, they say the truth.
Yeah. Shout out to Charles Smith and his entire family for always supporting everything in the city of Wilmington. They come from great stock.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so we just want to give him a shout out. Thanks for your years of support.
Yes.
Not only on the Congo Hour, but also politically, Charles. I really appreciate the encouragement he always encourages me whenever he sees me out. Just for the things I try to do or the things I say on council.
Yes.
So I thank him for that too.
Very good.
All right. What else is going on?
I want to encourage people. I have a friend of mine. Her name is Shaniqua Brown, and she has a daughter, Nayela, and she is autistic.
Okay.
And in October, we are doing a walk.
Okay.
So I'm going to have the information on the screen where they can give.
Okay.
And I'll talk about it more as we get. Well, I'm going to talk about it every week, but it's going to be in October.
Okay.
I'll have to get the exact date. But yeah. So.
All right. I'm glad you brought that up because on October the 7th, we are having our inaugural walk, 5K walk run for Rashima.
Aww.
Yeah, Rashima, who used to be on city council with us, who's everybody's friend on council and in the city. She passed away suddenly, and this year we are having a walk to raise money for her charity. It's going to be on October the 7th. It's on a Saturday. We're going to gather at the Rockford Tower.
Okay.
I've started training actually because I really want to try to.
Training for what?
I want to run it. I
are?
am. I want to run it.
How's
my knee?
How's that?
It's getting stronger. So I've been running outside every once in a while.
You gotta be careful, Trippi, for real.
Oh, definitely. But I'm just trying to build up my.
You can walk fast.
I want to run it. I'm gonna try to run it. I'm gonna try to run the whole thing. I've done it once before, but it was like a long time ago, but way before I got hurt. So I definitely want to try to do that in her memory. Again, it's going to be on August the 7th. If you want to register, it's
October.
Thank you. October the 7th, only $35 to register. You can go to Races to Run. That's the organization that they just kind of put together put together a whole slew of 5K walk runs here in the city and in the surrounding cities. So go to their website and you will be able to get more information about it. But it's called Running for Rashima.
That's so nice.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to her parents are going to be there. A lot of her family's going to be there. A lot of course council is going to be there. It's going to be a fun time. Sure to be really emotional, but I think.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like.
No, that's why I don't want to talk about it too much.
Okay.
But she deserves it, and I'm sure that she is smiling down on all of us right now.
Yes.
What else?
You should have saved that for later.
I know, but I didn't want to forget it. I didn't want to forget it, and it's funny because again, I don't want to talk about it. I see y'all see me cry. I want y'all to see me cry. Have I cried on the show before?
I don't know, but it's okay.
No, it's not. I'm tough. So.
Oh my God. So let's talk about that real quickly.
Yeah, I'm tough. So we're gonna go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with our first guest.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware, We are digital platform innovators, and we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
Good evening and welcome back to the show. We have to take a real quick break. You cut that, right?
We didn't have to.
Yeah,
I didn't want to keep our guests waiting. She took time out. She's here, and I know she wants to get home, and I was just being courteous. That's all. Who are we welcoming to the show?
We're welcoming my friend Chanel, aka Channel.
I love it.
Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Thank you. This is such an honor to be present with the both of you. And I thank you. I don't consider this like just easy for me. I just consider this being a blessing for me. So thank you.
You're welcome. During the break, she said, I don't know if I'm going to do as good as Mark.
Oh, Mark is a hard act to follow.
You can't top him.
Not at all. Not at all.
We got to get him back on. Yeah, shout out to Mark, who was most likely, he's definitely watching. So shout out to Mark. You don't have karaoke at
They're not doing karaoke anymore?
At that place anymore. No, he called and he called the office and let me know that
I wonder if he's going to do it any other place.
We have to figure out a new place where we can go have karaoke.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So Chanel, for years, when I first met you, this is something that you said that you were going to do.
Yes. For me, it's always been something that when I went to school to be a social worker. That's what I was going to do, work for the state of Delaware, be a social worker. And I never forget, I was homeless. And a young lady that worked at Careers USA on Market Street Mall seen me one day. And she said, are you looking for a job? And at that point, I looked like I was homeless. I really did. And she invited me, and I had an interview at that time. And that's where my life changed completely, from having that spot at Careers USA and this one from there.
Wow.
I love it.
So someone gave you a chance, so now that's what you're doing.
Yes. New Level Staffing is my baby. And I have children. It was my babies. But New Level Staffing is that birth that when you're born, it means so much. I opened it up because I was watching a lot of our young men and women that were incarcerated. And I kept saying, they're not going to get a job. People don't want to hire them. And that was at the stage before even COVID even hit. And people were choice, I don't want to hire them because they got a background. They got this, they got that. And I'm a product of having a child that had a background, a major one, 3 felonies. And I kept saying, my child has to get a job. His friends have to get a job. And I left as a contractor with the state of Delaware and just opened up New Level Staffing. I worked the business and 3 jobs.
Wow.
For the longest. And then COVID said, hey, how you doing? And it hit. So thank God we've been in business for 3 years. I lost a lot of hair, a lot of sleepless nights, but New Level Staffing is up. It's still going. It's still moving. So
very good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, just your background. So
I always laugh. You actually know my mother. Every time she sees you, she says, Trippi, give me $1.
All the time.
All the time. She used to live here in Delaware. She lives in Florida now, Geneva Freeman.
Oh my goodness.
That's my mom.
Yes. Okay,
so I grew up in Delaware, born and raised, graduate of Howard High School, go Wildcats. I tell anybody, I love them. And I used to work for the state of Delaware as a contractor and did a number of jobs through the state of Delaware as a contractor, never got hired full time. But before then, I worked in the staffing agencies, and I just found the love that, just watching people say, oh my God, I got a job. I've done a number of different things. I even had a women's event that I used to do before COVID hit every year. Somebody asked me the other day, you gonna renew? And I was like, no, I don't think so. He's moved me on. But yeah, born and raised in Delaware, very familiar with the beautiful Waynna, and very familiar with the Congo family, because you guys have done a lot for my family, and I thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, you got itching, scratching it. What's wrong?
have three beautiful children that I'm very, very proud of. And and my husband.
Oh, we gotta rewind that.
Right. right.
Let's start over. So tell us about your husband and your children.
I have a wonderful husband by the name of Sydney, and my children, which Jasmine, Jaleel, and Geneva, which are my hearts. So, Delaware is here. This is my place. I will always be here for a while. I ain't gonna say I'm out here, but I'm gonna be here for a while.
All right. So tell us how your agency can help.
So my agency is
people who need work.
Another chance company.
Okay.
And I do believe in my faith very much. They say we serve a God of a second chance. I serve a God of another chance, because he didn't give me second, third, fourth, and so on from there. So I look to have employers that will actually hire people that have records.
Okay.
Hire people that, I have guys right now that are working that got ankle bracelets on. So it makes a difference.
Wow.
And I seek those companies. And I know a lot of times people say, well, if you're looking for a job, go to New Level Staffing. If you're looking for employees, come to New Level Staffing too. We're branching out. I just added the substitute teacher part into the staffing service. So I'll be going out to all the different charter schools for, just to see if they'll give us an opportunity to staff substitute teachers, paras, any type of dealing with the children. But we're doing a strenuous background check to make sure that we get the right fit in. Because I have a granddaughter, and when I seen a certain person that worked there, and I was like, they work there? And she said, yes. And I was like, oh. So for me, I felt like I needed to step in and do that.
People safe.
Yes, definitely. All of our children. And also being able to educate our children because of the different types of personalities I've heard come through. I was really, really concerned with it. So that's why I decided to add this in, along with adding a cleaning service into New Level Staffing too.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much branching out.
Like residential cleaning?
That's what I was going to say.
Commercial. Yep, we're going to do commercial cleaning. And I'm just looking for the right fit. And once again, like I said, strenuous background, drug test. We understand, you might have had some situations, but if we can place you in a certain place and it can work for you, that's the goal. I look forward to watching or meeting people, and they say, because of you, I'm able to take care of my family. It's not because of me, it's because of you. We don't call our people temps. They're not temps, they're partners.
I like that. Partners. So where do you see, I know right now you're in Wilmington, do you see yourself branching out at any time?
I do. Right now we just moved to the city of Wilmington.
Give the address and phone number.
Yes, our address is 1905 Superfine Lane.
Okay.
And if you wonder where that is, it's right off of 19th and Market. We sit in back of the Dollar General.
Okay.
Our phone number is 302-407-5098. Once again, 302-407-5098.
How long have you been in Wilmington?
We've started in Wilmington for 3 years, but we just moved over to this part of Wilmington. We were on Kirkwood Highway.
Okay.
And now we've been here for about maybe like 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
So we are really trying to connect. I just did a proposal with the city of Wilmington, hoping they'll let us come in and be vendors. I'm reaching out to banks, and all of this is new to me. I ain't got a clue how to do a grant, do proposals, but I'm learning as I go along. So if they tell me no, then I'm going to go back again and try to freshen it up some more.
Right.
So
we have to get you. I want to connect you with Ayanna and her team at the Black Chamber of Commerce in Delaware, so they can we can do like a ribbon cutting.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I'll get you her information.
And it's so funny. I just did the WBC Black Women's Chamber or something like that, and I was just honored with them. And it was really, that was a special night for me. I never thought that I would ever be honored for something that I love. So,
very good.
Thank you.
Trippi got the connects.
No, and they're having a
gala.
They're having a gala on September the 15th. It's at the DuPont Country Club. We have to try to. What's today's date? Today is Sunday the 4th. It's the 4th, I think. Today is. How come we don't know today's date, y'all? Yeah, so I think today is Sunday the 4th.
No, it's the 3rd.
Yeah, today is Sunday the 3rd. So next Sunday will be the 10th. So maybe we can have Ayanna come on before her gala, just to talk about her initiatives and her organization and some of the businesses that she is over 600 businesses strong.
It is September the 15th.
Yeah, it's the 15th. So I didn't want to get sidetracked, but definitely want to connect to both of you because they do ribbon cuttings throughout the whole state, from Sussex County on up to up to here, and we should be able to have the city be a part of it too. So
that would be great.
Yeah, just definitely want to get you some recognition.
And our next area to go down, actually looking to go down Lower Delaware.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I can open it because I know there's jobs that are definitely needed down there. It's just the transportation situation. So I'm always on the phone with Dart, messing with Dart, like y'all can't add a bus. And then we're looking to go to Jersey. But before I do Jersey, I am trying to find like a little van or something to start transporting people back and forth. Because not everybody can make it over to New Jersey. So we'll wrap Newcastle County, we'll go down to Lower Delaware, and we'll do Jersey and see where else we can go.
How can people start to prepare themselves for employment? What would you suggest?
The biggest thing is if they want to connect with us, call our office, or they can go online, newlevelstaffing.com. They can do an online application. My staff will be so happy I said that because I fought tooth and nails not to do an online application.
Oh, really?
I just wanted paper, but okay, so yeah. So I'm like, okay.
She like,
yeah, I wanted to see you. I wanted to see what you was about. But
that makes a big difference. Just
it does.
Seeing the person and getting a vibe from them.
You should have seen me today. Someone called. I said, "Would you like to do online, or would you like to come in and do the paper?" And they just looked at me like, "Really? Did you just?" So yeah, they can do. They can go on to newlevelstaffing.com to do the online application. When you do that, automatically it will set you up for times and dates to come in for an actual interview because we still do a face-to-face interview. Or they can call the office, schedule an appointment to come in. Myself, Emily, or Basaida, one of us will make sure that you get an appointment so that we can work with you and talk with you.
Now, let's say there's someone out there who wants a job, but they don't have a resume.
That's fine. Many of our people that come in do not have resumes. Some of our companies desire that you have a resume, and I have an awesome staff. I wish they could have been here today. They actually do resumes.
Good. That's
for them.
Okay.
So that, it looks good for that employer to say, and we call it the EV, employment verification. But they go on and our employers know to look for like the key components. We also will help you rework your resume because keywords is a point. And that's something I used to do all the time. I no longer do it. But yeah, so we try to rework your resume for you so that we can help you get that position.
So somebody's watching right now and they have never had a job or they haven't had a job in years. How can you encourage them? What can they do first before they even call you or come to you or do anything online? What can they do just to kind of build themselves up, just to get prepared?
Take the first step. All you have to do is reach out and call us.
And you help them kind of get them.
Exactly. What I pride myself on New Level, we're not that type of service that a lot of services are very stuffy and they don't, they won't give you an opportunity. We look at you, we look past your faults and say, okay, so what can we do to help? And that's the reason that we're in business. The two ladies that I have working for me, you would be surprised of their story. Their story is amazing. But they always tell me it's because of me, I gave them an opportunity. And I can go on vacation and know that my office is ran completely fine. So that's what makes a plus. So if that person's afraid, don't be afraid. We all got a history. We all got a past. We all got a story. Come in, let us see what we can do to help you. 9 times out of 10, we definitely can help.
I was just sitting here, Chanel. A lot of staffing companies don't give the opportunity to those that have past records or whatever. But I was just thinking about Mr. Congo, and not to get off of you, but that's what Mr. Congo would do as well. So yeah, it didn't matter. He gives you a chance after a chance after a chance.
Exactly.
I think that came from him just working at fairs, working at the Y, and just understanding that, not being perfect himself either. Just understanding that people need second chances.
Exactly.
And I remember being young before I could even drive. Just going to the plumber center with him and picking up people to go to work in different various Black DuPont sites. So yeah, he's always, and I'm glad that you they took on that challenge because it's important and it's necessary.
And we do a lot with Department of Corrections. We really, really do. We reach out to them. Sojourners is another one.
Okay.
We don't mind working with them. I mean, please know I've gotten burnt a couple times, but it doesn't make my heart hard. It makes me just want to give out more and help more. And I'm just hoping that even if someone that's looking, that's saying, hey, my company needs help, reach out and call us. I mean, we will go out to you. We will go to the site. We check people in the morning. So one of my sites start off at 5:45 in the morning. So 5:30, I'm standing there like, good morning, you know. So, and even, you know, my son works at, well, my son and husband actually work at one of our sites that they're full-time employees. So like I said, with my son, even with his background, he works full-time at one of our sites. Actually, he works for another site for me too, but does really well. Has been able to move out, has a family, does really, really well.
Oh, wait a minute, he got a family.
I'm about to be a grandmother again.
God bless you.
Yes.
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 What are the hours?
So we are open from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. The only time we may close early is the day before like a holiday. So we know Labor Day is coming. I'm very open with my staff. So at 12 o'clock, I say, put the phones on, whatever you got to do, and y'all go head home. Do family, because family is very important to me.
Yes.
If their family life ain't right, they're not going to be right in the office.
That's true.
So, but yeah, we're open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We have a 24-hour service. So if they call, leave a message, one of us get it, and we'll be able to take care of them.
Okay. So please, please, please support Chanel. We'll have the number up on the screen. You have any other questions?
No, I just want to thank you. Honestly, I know
Yeah.
you think that's in the beginning, but I think we and the city, we owe
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
A lot
We're
of,
going to say the state.
Yeah, the state.
Yes.
We moving on up, but moving on down.
Right.
You know? Yeah. So
Any
just
means
want to thank you
necessary.
for your, for your mission and everything that you're doing for people who just deserve a second chance.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Really
Thank
important.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So please, 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 if you or you know someone that has had prior things on their record and needs employment, please reach out to Chanel from New Level Staffing.
Or if you're an organization, a company who needs
Yes, I forgot that part, yes.
just give her a call and she will make the connections.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Waynna, so we're going to take another quick break and we will be right back.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Hello and welcome back to the show. We hope that you enjoyed our interview with Ms. Chanel and talking about next level staffing.
Yes.
Right, so definitely give her a call if you need employment or if you need employees. Give her a call, reach out, and she will definitely be that connection that we all need. Honestly, I love her. I love her mission. I love her vision. Just realizing the importance of giving people a second chance and really catered and focused on that segment
Yes.
of our people who live here in the city and outside of the city too. So definitely shout out to Next Level Staffing. Oh, Waynna, there are so many different community events coming up. We have our 8th annual Chess on the Square.
It's
So
8 years?
Yeah, 8 years. So it's an
Wow.
event that Lisa Flowers and T. Warren, Teron Warren, and I have been organizing. It was really Lisa's idea.
Okay.
And she thought about it maybe 9 years ago. And she brought me and T. Warren in. And it's been a huge success.
It has been.
We've been at Rodney Square. That's where we always want to go, is Rodney Square. That's where we got Chess on the Square. That's where we first did it. And then a couple years, Rodney Square wasn't available, so we've had it at the library. Shout out to the Wilmington Library. We've had it in front of his barbershop in their parking lot. We've had it at a few different locations. I definitely want to thank Lisa and thank Teron, just because they really do it. They kind of throw my name on there. But they're really the ones who make it happen for so many people who just love the game of chess, who want to learn it, and who think that they're the best person, the best chess player.
Play?
I don't, and I keep saying every year that I'm going to learn, and I want to learn. But it's a lot of fun. Different organizations, different schools always participate, and this year is going to be on September the 24th. And it is going to be from 10 to 5, and of course it's a free event. We have Swiss tournament rules, time control, and 20 minutes per player, food and snacks for everybody who participates. The registration dates are Monday. It started on the 14th, and it goes through September 21st. So to register, log on to www.chessonthesquare.org. Again, it's www.chessonthesquare.org. And this year, again, it's going to be at the Wilmington Library, which is on 10 East 10th Street. For more information, they always put my number on here, but you know,
They put your number.
I don't know why they have it.
Lisa, don't put Trippy's number
No, I
on
put my number on
anything.
here. But call Lisa. Call Lisa first at 302-4. What's Lisa's number on here? 302-525-9584. 302-525-9584. You can reach out to T. Warren, Teron Warren from BVD Salon at 302-420-2152. 302-420-2152. I just want to give a shout out to Teron and his crew for all they do, you know, for the city with the shoe drive, the coat drive. He's been giving back to the city for so long. And when you meet, he's a character. And when you meet him, if you know him, like, you would never think that he's a teacher and he's responsible
At
for
all.
for
children.
for guiding children. But he is an excellent teacher, of course.
Oh,
I think he
gosh.
is in his 19th year of teaching.
Is he really?
He is, 'cause I think he celebrated his 19th year of teaching this year. He's taught at Del Tech. He's taught at so many different high schools and charter schools. But he's a guy who children, especially young black males, can really relate to. He's not your typical teacher. He's a lot of fun. He just kind of keeps it. T. Warren, and his students love him. They just love this man, and he's a lovable dude, but he just does so much.
Because he's like one of them.
He is. He's like a big kid. So I'm with who was I with? I was with Mason in the car the other day, and I see he always likes being he loves for his students to chauffeur him.
What?
I don't know what it is, but he loves being chauffeured around town. And we went to the Super Bowl one year, me, him, and Wesley, and we got a rental car. And somehow he got, Wes was driving, and of course he jumps in the back, and he's calling Wesley his chauffeur, and Wesley was hot. He still calls Wesley his chauffeur to this day. But he was in a car with some of his students. I think he was going around promoting the Chess on the Square. And we were at a light. So he gets out and gives me all these flyers so I can start passing them out too. So people are coming up behind us. I'm like, man, I gotta go. We can't hold up traffic.
Right.
So he tries to blame it on me. He tells the people, he's like, call the mayor's office. Councilman Congo's out here holding up traffic. But that's
a
just him.
jokester.
Yeah, he's a comedian. And again,
Trippy, you're a jokester too.
I am, but not I'm not a teacher either. But so when you think of a teacher, you just think of somebody who's kind of stiff and rigid, and not somebody who is like Teron Warren, but it works for him. He's always himself, and again, the students love him, the parents love him. It's funny. He had me speak at one of his graduations about 16 years ago, and
At what school?
he was at Thomas Edison.
Okay.
So it was a graduating class, and I gave all of the students, like I opened up bank accounts for them for all the graduating class.
Oh, that
the
was
entire
nice.
graduating class. So I gave them like, it was like $100 or something just to get a bank account started. And we had a service last week, and one of the people at the service, they recognized me from 16
giving
years
the,
ago from giving her and opening up, and she
wow.
still had a bank account after all these years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to thank him for that, because you know,
Yeah.
he put me in a space to be able to do that. But it was funny that she remembered, and she still has her account like 16 years later.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. But definitely want to give Teron Warren a shout out for all he does for the city. You know, he loves the East Side. He's always doing things for the East Side. Shout out to Lisa Flowers for our 8th annual Chess on the Square. I think are they coming on the show? I gave her your number. I don't know. Do we have time?
So here's that, since we're talking about T. Warren.
All right.
Today I go up on Rodney Square. You know how they have Wednesday. I went up on Market Street, and he's there. He was like, we coming on? I was like, I'm thinking I don't have an opening until November. I don't know. But yeah, we made it happen.
Okay.
He coming
All right,
on.
thank you. All right, so you're looking forward to that interview. That should be a lot of fun.
Fun,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure he's going to be in his
Go
Sunday's
ahead.
finest. You know, he always comes dressed to the T's with his matching socks, and I can't wait. It's been a minute since we've had T1. I got to go out and get some stuff, don't I? I gotta go.
No, you've been stepping up.
No, he's on a whole different level, so I might have to see what I can do for that Sunday.
When you were talking about teachers, and you know how you see a teacher being, I thought about I want to say my favorite teacher, because she like really made me do work, and that was Miss Rosemary Brown.
Okay.
She was my fourth grade teacher at St. Peter's Cathedral.
Okay.
Who was your teacher that stands out?
Her name, well, she passed away. In high school, when I was at Sanford, it was Helen Vermachuk, for the same reason. She just made us learn the language. She didn't accept anything except perfection. And I guess I'm thankful for her. You know, she passed away now, but I'm thankful for her just for being so hard on us and making sure that we just spoke correctly and wrote correctly. And, you know, it means a lot now, being able to appreciate her. Just knowing how to communicate.
Right.
And it was not all because of her, but she was just really hard on us and just made sure that we didn't slack at all.
Right.
So, and then probably in college at Del State, you know, I had so many teachers at Del State. You know? At Del State, at Sanford also, Mr. Kelly. He was our music teacher, but he loved us.
Music?
And I couldn't sing. I still can't sing. But he loved us. But we had to take choir at Sanford.
Okay.
We didn't have to, but that was one of the electives.
And that's what you chose.
But he just loved us like we were his own kids.
Yeah.
And he just took us on so many different trips locally, and he took us to the Bahamas to sing. He just really gave us so much exposure, and he demanded a lot of us. And it's funny because some of the things, like I said, I couldn't sing, but some of the things that he taught us in choir, I still listen to this very day when I'm listening to the radio and hear people sing, how because he said because a lot of times when people sing, they say, if they're saying you have to listen out for it. If they're saying you, they really end up saying chew. But listen out for it.
Oh, okay.
He's like, what are you doing chewing? You're not chewing, it's you. But listen out when somebody is singing a song.
Okay.
How often that they say chew instead of you.
Instead of you.
So I always just have another level of respect for musicians who really say you instead of chew.
You're gonna have me listening.
I know. Watch how often you hear it now.
Okay.
I mean, a musician out there really say chew. But he was just very, very hard on us, expected perfection, but he loved us. And he was just an awesome man. And he was a music teacher, but he was more like a mentor to us.
Okay.
So Mr. Kelly, and then probably at Dell State.
Trippi,
got-
I only asked for one tag
I know, but I
on.
don't have just one. I have a couple.
Oh, that's right. You did say
Yeah,
that.
I have a couple. And then at Dell State, I'd have to give a shout out to Dr. Panda.
Panda?
Dr. Panda. He was from Africa.
Panda?
Dr.
Okay.
Panda. He was from Africa. He was a teacher that, again, just demanded a lot from us. Made sure that we were on our P's and Q's and didn't accept anything but perfection. And so Dr. Panda, and he's the one that really sticks out. He had a son named Femi. But yeah, Dr. Panda sticks out. And there's another teacher, I cannot think of his name. But between the two of them, they just really cared about us.
Okay.
So I think, like, for me, it's not really it's about the teachers who just showed that we were just more than students.
Yes.
You know, it was about that they cared for us and they loved us and they wanted the best for us. It wasn't a job for them.
Yeah.
It was really just, they loved us and they wanted
Right.
us to be our best.
Because back then I didn't really, I liked her, but everybody said she was mean.
Right.
But I appreciated what she was doing. And she even taught my mom and Miss Paulette and my uncle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she
Yeah.
was still at St. Peter's when I
Yeah, and she would, like,
attended.
she was hard on us, but she would love us and she was strict on us and she would discipline us like she was our mother.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's what it is. She was
That
definitely
part.
that motherly figure who just didn't accept anything but the best.
Yeah.
So it's the ones who just showed that they really cared about us.
Because I did have some of my classmates that parents would come to school and like beat them in front of the class back then. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I did that one time. I didn't do
You
it.
did
I didn't do
what?
it. I didn't do it at a school.
Wait a minute, you did what?
Huh? I didn't do it. Wasn't at school. It was at daycare. I think.
What?
I think Max. I don't know. I can't remember if it was Max.
Not Maxie Wax.
Yeah, I had to be.
If you
Max.
say, if you said
Mariah or something, right?
Mariah, I'll be
Nah,
like,
well,
yeah.
I think it was Max. He
Whatever.
kept acting up. He kept acting up at Little Angels daycare, and I was like, I kept warning him, like, look, if you keep acting up, I'm gonna come beat you in front of the class. And I think I
What
did
was
it.
the teacher? What was her?
It was a daycare though. It was daycare. It wasn't school.
No.
Who?
Where was Little Angels?
On Concord and Van Buren.
Right.
Miss Ruth.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
Miss
what I was
Ruth
trying to
Ruth.
do.
Oh yeah,
Miss Ruth.
God bless her soul. Miss
Yes.
Ruth, an excellent teacher, and I remember I kept threatening him that I was gonna come to the school and beat him. And even when he left and went. I don't know if he was at Little Angels or when he transferred to the day school. It was one of them. And I kept saying I don't come to the
Didn't
school
he go
and
to
beat
Miss
him.
Gail too?
He went to Miss Gail up until he was 1.
Okay.
Yes, but after that,
That's
he
when
went
he
to
went
Little Angels, and then he went to the day school after he aged out from Little Angels. So it might have been there. I can't remember. I remember
The
I did.
day school is a wonderful
Oh, my
place
goodness.
for children to go. I have a nephew that's there.
That school,
Cameron.
we need to have them on here because that school, even back then when Max, when he was day school age appropriate, they were just heads and shoulders above
It's like college.
any private school. They are incredible
They
over
are.
there at
I have to have them.
what's that? They are in Revival Fellowship Church.
The
Yeah.
pastors.
The pastors are, but they do a phenomenal job with educating children.
I saw on
Second
social
to none.
media, well, why I said Cameron is because they had like a cotillion for the students there, and the young men dressed in suits and tuxedos, and the young girls dressed in gowns and dresses. And they were teaching the guys how to pull the chair out for the
Okay.
lady to sit. I was like, this is wonderful.
Yeah, they are incredible what they have done with so many students over there. We definitely have to have them
Okay.
on a show just to give them more exposure. I mean, they were at a point where I think they went up to 5th grade, but then their children were so far advanced. They were like testing into like 6th and 7th grade when they would go into when they had to age out. When they aged out of the day school, they were like 2 and 3 grades ahead of
Yeah.
where they should be.
Yeah.
They have an awesome program. So yeah, we definitely have to have the day school. And
Okay.
they've been doing it for so long, and
Yeah,
yeah, I know. We definitely have to get them on here.
Okay, I'll
All
make
right.
that happen.
Okay. Oh, Black Restaurant Week. I want to talk about that. I know we don't have
Okay.
too much time left, but the city of Wilmington is having our first. Well, you've probably heard about Restaurant Week.
Yes.
It's just where the city promotes people to go out and dine with their families and friends and support the restaurants
At a
who are
discounted rate.
at a discounted rate within the city limits. We promote Wilmington, Wilmington owned and operated restaurants. So I thought that we should focus on Black restaurants
I love it.
and not at a discount, because a lot of Black restaurants can't afford to give discounts, to be honest. And I wanted to put the limelight on Black restaurants. So we are having our first restaurant week from September 20th to the 24th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. I talked to Ivan today. He's going to try to get all of some of the restaurant owners on one of his shows.
Okay.
Just to kind of spotlight them. But it's really an opportunity for us to go out and support Black restaurants. And it's going to coincide with HBCU week. So I want to thank Ashley Christopher and her team for just allowing us to team up with them. And
Yes.
we're gonna have a lot of people in town, a lot of people who are going to be entertained, and they're going to want to eat afterwards. So we are suggesting that they eat at Black-owned restaurants.
I love
And we have
it.
so many new ones here. That I just thought that we just had to be supportive of them.
Okay.
So I want to thank the Office of Economic Development. I want to thank the administration, all of the staff and council members who have just put everything in motion for us, and for the restaurant owners, just to be able to be be on the spotlight for that week. So
Are you going to have a list?
we will, and I'll make sure that we have that list next week, so
Okay.
that we can maybe we can have a few of them on here too before, because it's not until the 20th. I know we're
The
booked
20th of what?
September, so I know we're booked. So maybe we can squeeze.
Did I just say we
I know,
in no?
I know we are.
But you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen.
All right, we only have a couple minutes left, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I want to shout out to everybody who was making Black Restaurant Week a reality. Really excited
Yes.
about it. Definitely it's going to be an annual thing, an annual promotion of Black restaurants. And shout out to everybody who just went out on faith and opened up a restaurant. And I just want us to realize the importance of supporting Black restaurants, whether you're Black, whether you're white. That's a part of they're a part of Wilmington, and we have to make sure that we are intentionally focused on supporting Black restaurants.
Most definitely.
I think it's really important. A lot of them are younger, and a lot of them are just kind of like I said, just stepping out on faith, and they deserve they deserve to be supported, because
Most
right.
definitely.
We can just go down the list. I don't want to get into that right now, but we'll definitely talk about that more next
Okay.
week.
How many minutes we have?
Probably one.
Okay,
let's
so I
wrap
have
up.
to say this,
Yes.
and we're gonna show the flyer. But if
Okay.
I don't, we both in trouble.
All right.
My sister Carmen Anderson Brown is having a event. It's called Women in Labor.
Okay.
It's September the 16th at the Legacy Center. The information is going to be up on the screen.
All right. Yeah, she was calling me too, so that's probably why she was calling.
Oh, she was calling you, but not me.
So
Oh,
maybe that's
okay.
why she was calling to make sure that we gave her a shout out. Shout out to Carmen, and make sure we support her event on September the 16th. All right. All right. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your love and support. And God willing, we will see you next week.
Yes,
All
most
right.
that with a whole bunch of guests.
A whole bunch of guests. All right. Take care.